At Western Sydney University Parramatta campus, modern design often falls short of meeting user needs when viewed through a human-centered lens. The research based on the experience of student and cleaning staff revealed how physical spaces can hinder learning, productivity, and well-being. At the PEIH Open Studio, this trip focused for students like Eva, while Raj, a cleaner, find maintenance difficult. The lack of a local student service hub leaves many confused, and students like Kama must travel to find quiet study area. These issues show how poor design created barrier access and support.
The main research question guiding this study is: how does the current learning and working environment at the Parramatta campus affect the achievement, well-being, and satisfaction of different users? And what are the shared design factors influence those outcomes? There are 4 sub-questions that help focus on this inquiry. Question number 1: how does the open studio layout affect both student learning and clearing workflow? Question number 2: what is the impact of lack and in-person student service hub for student support and navigation? Question number 3: how do distract and discomfortable lecture environment influence study engagement? Question number 4: what challenge to the space or daily routine could better support the different needs of student and staff?
We used a human-centered design method to answer these questions. Each team member studied real people and their experience using tools like empathy maps, journey map, and interviews. One part of the research looked at how students and cleaner moved through the level 3 studios. Another part of focused on students trying to get help when there is no student service hub nearby, and the amphitheater in the building was also studied, showing that the glass panels and seats layout made it hard for students to focus. Quiet study areas were also explored, showing how students had to change their studies habits when no proper quiet spaces were available. We use Miro to create shared maps and diagrams that shows emotions and common problems. The finding and research show that both students and staff faces similar problems in the studio. A student came in feeling excited and ready to work, but the noise and lack of privacy made it hard to focus even after trying headphones and moving to another places. The student still felt confused and distracted and had to leave without finishing their work. Later, the cleaner came into the same space and found it messy with papers, models, and rubbish. The open layout and open spaces helped the cleaner to move around, but still mess materials made the job more difficult.
I explored the study habits of students across campus and found that demand of quiet pods and accessible spaces far exceeds supply. Students are often forced to sit in a noisy cafe, corridors, or travel to other campuses. Navigation problem and poor signage add further frustration. This impact on not only academic performance but also student well-being. Observation and stakeholder interview highlight that students want modular, quiet, and bookable zone to manage their schedule better. Despite the difference in these issues, the shared theme is clear. Campus environments are not currently built around how students and staff actually use them. Whenever it's trying to focus in a noisy studio, seeking help without clear direction, or struggling to find quiet study spaces, the result is the same: stress, disconnection, and lower productivity. Even Raj, a staff member, experienced these same design shortcomings, which limit his ability to perform his work efficiently.
Based on the data collected, it was found that the student, visitors, and lecturers face a significant challenge due to the lack of an in-person student service hub, especially new students during their enrollment period, who need help with accessing resources, scheduling, and resolve technical issues. A survey was conducted to gather direct feedback on how this absence impacts student, academic, and personal experience at the School of Engineering, Design, and Built Environment at Western Sydney Parramatta campus. This existing hub at the main campus is overwhelmed by high inquiry volumes, causing long wait time, delay, and miscommunication. Additionally, a Miro map whiteboard was used to visualize, organize the data, clarify the core issue, and explore potential solutions.
The amphitheater had issues which not only accounted for students but for other stakeholders such as security and cleaners. As found with the ethnographic tools, the lack of enclosed space becomes the main problem. For students, they are distracted very easily by the glass panels and the discomfort of the seating. Through a survey, it is found that 83.3% of students are physically distracted in less than 30 minutes of sitting in the amphitheater. This adds to the well-being of the user as their learning isn't effective. As found in the journey map, cleaners experience difficulties covering a large area which does not facilitate lifts or ramps. The space becomes a time-consuming area which requires high maintenance. The storyboard also gives evidence on why security faces issues since it is a large space. Attention to detail is necessary, which consumes their time. It is evident that the amphitheater is lacking basic requirements which adhere to specific users, which also showcases the importance of a user's satisfaction when using such space. The problems mentioned in this research further enforced us to come up with solutions which could reframe the spaces. Firstly, the use of sound barriers between classrooms could be implemented to prevent interruption during class. Secondly, the amphitheatre could be enhanced with back support cushioning, which can allow for enhanced student comfort as well as engagement in space. As such, the enforcement of electric roller blinds could minimize distractions that occur outside and the glare which is present in the afternoon. Thirdly, an installment of a student service desk which can assist students in navigation of the building. Finally, the already existing study spaces could be converted into bookable study pods and quiet zones to ensure that students can find appropriate working spaces without having to leave the campus. These solutions hope to increase user satisfaction and effectiveness of these spaces.
The research shows that many learning spaces at Western Sydney University campus do not fully meet the needs of students, cleaners, and other staff. Noisy studios, uncomfortable lectures halls, no quiet zones, and nearby student help desk all make things harder. These problems affect how people work, learn, and feel on campus. We use the human-centered design tools like Journey Map, Empathy Maps, and to understand real user experience. For example, a first-year students and cleaner both felt frustrated because of the bad spaces design. The university wants to support the learning and teamwork places, but there's certain space often makes it difficult. We suggest design studios and lectures room with movable walls or soundproof panels. This way, students can choose between quiet study or group work without disturbing others. These flexible areas would also make it easier for cleaners, students, teachers to move around and do their jobs without getting blocked by furniture or clutters. We also recommended adding small student help desk inside the campus. This will make it easier for students to get quick help with their enrollments, courses, questions, or personal problems, especially for new students. Right now, it's hard to find help and not everyone wants to go to the other part of the campus.